Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zinny's pad, where he's made coffee.
First time ever.
Difference, of course, you complained last week, is he obviously didn't make the coffee, he had someone made it, whereas I actually made you, personally, made the coffee, because that's the kind of bloke I am.
Been upset for a whole week, sad, isn't it? Got a coffee?
Little things.
Yeah, I know, yeah, it makes a difference to winning a game.
I got upset. Hey, listen, right, now we're going to start off, before we talk about you guys against the Welsh. I just want to test you on a little bit of All Black history.
Yep.
Trivia.
Yep.
Most number of tries to be scored against Australia in one game.
Most tries, one game, let's see, 52, 7.
No, 9. Who played netball for New Zealand under 21s?
Played for New Zealand?
An All Black, he played for New Zealand under 21s, netball, in a skirt, I think, you know. He shaved his legs. I think he shaved his legs.
Carlos Spencer.
No, Perry Weepu. Period.
Perry Weepu?
Sorry, period.
Yeah.
Who were the last pair of brothers to play for New Zealand?
Pair of brothers, could be the Majors?
Oh, he's got it! 1 out of 3. And the last one, who was the first father-son combination to both captain the All Blacks?
Father-son.
Father-son.
Father-son. Is this test match?
I don't know.
Well, I'll go to obvious. Fitzpatrick.
It's a test match.
Yeah, okay. Test match.
You're not going to get it.
Brown.
No.
Brownlee.
Oliver. Frank and Anton.
Frank Oliver never captained a test match.
Piss off. Did not? Okay, well anyway, there we go. I've been reading, I don't know if it's been getting, it must be percolating down New Zealand. Quite an interesting little PR battle already. Graham Henry, Warren Gatland. Graham Henry going on about what a great team Wales are, what a great style of rugby they play. He really admires the fact they play it wide. Obviously, he wants them to play it wide and not have a go at them up front.
Yeah, I think that's the. I think that would be the plan for him. But
does he honestly think the Welsh are stupid enough to fall for that?
Well, certainly.
Actually, I think they probably are.
Certainly, Warren Gatland will not fall for that sort of tactic. But it's a little bit difficult for Graham because he's had a foot in both camps at one period of time and another, and he would know the Welsh mentality as with Hansen. So I think that really the advantage at the moment, I think it lies with the All Blacks. I know
But don't you think as well, right? The Welsh, I think, because you know what Test match like is. You just need a hook, don't you? If you can get that hook, we were talking about old stuff.
Yeah.
And the Welsh keep shooting themselves in the foot. They did the old hacker in the changing up stuff.
Yeah.
You know, which want to pay the boys off. And now Warren Gatland is saying the Blacks have lost their aura. Now, you know, as we were saying, if he wants to have a little bit of a mind game with
get
Sean Edwards to say it, because he is a Kiwi. And as we were saying, if I was playing against, it would never happen, if we were playing against New Zealand and an Englishman was in charge and he was having a go at the English, that would piss me off.
Look, absolutely, I totally agree. And it sort of feels a little bit of inexperience. And one of the things you don't want to do is motivate a piss an All Black player off by shooting your mouth off, sort of saying, you know, sort of stuff there that's coming from a guy who played for the All Blacks. Okay, the thing is he's probably annoyed that he sat on the bench for 55 test matches, which probably annoyed the hell out of him. But
do you not think he's got over that yet? No,
I don't. I think he's probably a little bitter and twisted. But what he's doing is he's just firing a couple of shots across the bow. But at the moment, okay, the only advantage for them is the fact that they're home, and I know it's probably like 3 months ago, that the British Lions, I thought some of the outstanding players on that Lions tour were the Welsh players. Now, I think they actually want to close this door, and it's been 58 years, I think it was? 38 years at the last time they won.
I agree with you, some of the Welsh players were great, right?
Yeah.
But were they great because they had a few key guys from the other countries who've got a bit of dog, a bit of mongrel, a bit of steel? You know, I look at the Welsh and think, yeah, they're very talented, but there are none of them, right? And that I look at and think, you're a nasty bastard. You know, and he's a nasty bastard.
Yeah.
And when it comes to crunch time, you need a few guys who really are, you know.
Yeah.
And I just don't see them. They've got a lot of nice players, good players, skillful players, but none of them have got that, you know.
But you're saying exactly that point there. You're saying that you're actually playing with better players. Now, if you're going to play with a lot better players and still stand out, which I felt like Jamie Roberts, guys like that there, actually stood above the rest. There was 3 or 4 guys that I thought had outstanding line stewards, and then they actually, they played well. And
I think they've got the talent, and they do, but I'm not sure if they got
the mongrel dog.
Yeah,
the mongrel dog.
In the blood.
Yeah, piss blood, as they call. I think they have reservations about the core. When you sort of teams, like you need to have 15 quality guys that know what they're about. You need to have 4 or 5 nasty guys. I look at, like, for the England team here, you look at guys like Teague, Winters, and Dean Richards, and Jeremy Guscott.
He was our hard ass.
Exactly, yeah. We were absolutely petrified of those guys there, and
quite sharp.
Yeah, but Underwood.
He was a new one as well.
Yeah.
But it's the balance the same with the Blacks, right?
Yeah.
I remember talking to John Kerwin, and there's a guy that wow, legend that I nailed down in front of. Probably won't go into that. I remember him saying, the Blacks need to get that balance of not just sticking out the 15 best players. But you need a bit of a balance. Maybe it's your Brad Thorne, maybe it's your thinkers. I look at Martin, what a big, powerful boy. But when plan A doesn't work, can he react? Can he think his way through? I think Conrad Smith can. And you're still looking at this Blacks team wondering, is the balance there?
Well, we've done. It's gone full circle right now, because it was 2005 when the All Blacks came here, the Northern Hemisphere Grand Slam tour, and they sort of said to Graham Henry. Graham Henry told the whole public, whole world, sort of saying, right, we're using 2 test sides, one this week, one next week. We came over here with like 42 players, and okay, I felt that there was 2 teams that were going to be competitive in here, and one of them Wales and one of them England. I sort of felt the Scots were a little bit off the mark at the place, and it actually worked. It actually worked for the All Blacks. Now, they took that forward, the whole philosophy of what they did through to the 2007 World Cup. They did this whole rotation system, and it absolutely backfired on them. Yeah. Now it's come the whole full circle. Right, we need to give consistency, continuity. The thing that I actually sort of feel is that with the rotation system, dare I say it, like cheapening the All Black jersey, which might be a little bit scary, as I think there's a fundamental issue here in New Zealand rugby at the moment, and I think why some of these guys have been left back and some of these new guys are coming in to be All Blacks. I think they're using the All Black jersey to give these guys All Black jerseys just so that these guys don't leave and go offshore, because there's a big exodus. Normally there is, like myself, I came here when I was 31 years old, sort of more at the end of your career, but now we look at the likes of Dan Carter, Carlos Spencer, all those young guys here like now, 24, Luke McAllister, yeah, exactly, Heyman, absolutely vital. Now I sort of feel that there's possibility, I don't know, I'm just sort of speculating, that possibility of using the All Black jersey to drag these guys in, give them a test match, right, now no other country can come across, because if we lose that New Zealand rugby culture in New Zealand, I tell you, these guys will be, you'll start to pick in competitions. The money's here in the Northern Hemisphere.
You called it absolutely right last week. You said the Aussies would win, and they got spanked, which they possibly would have enjoyed. Wales?
Sorry?
Give us a quick prediction.
I hope the All Blacks do actually. They do win. I think they're going to win. I think they're just going to be. I thought what they actually did. I watched the game there. I thought it was quite clinical. There's only that 15-second thing here. I thought it was quite clinical what they actually did. There wasn't really a lot on it other than the pride and passion there. The start of the Northern Hemisphere, I don't see any of the Northern Hemisphere guys being that clinical at the start of the season.
So New Zealand to win.
I'm going to get New Zealand to win, even though the fact that everyone's talking about the Wales are like they didn't win the Six Nations, but it's going to be very interesting.
You heard it here first.
But I could go the other way.
Yeah, we're talking rugby.